選ばれしこの道をひたすらに駆け抜けて頂点に立つと決めたよ力の限り先へ夢があるから何も恐れたりしないこんなもんじゃない本当の私見せてあげる一生に一度きりの今を後悔したくない有言実行を言葉にしたら世界は動き出した最速の輝きこの手に掴み取って新しい幕開けを越えて進んでゆこう情熱になり響く高鳴りというファンファーレ抱きしめたら解き放とう目指す場所がある選ばれしこの道をひたすらに駆け抜けて頂点に立つ立ってみせる Make from the earth 力の限り先へ
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest from the land of the rising sun, the Japanese
Welcome everyone, we are here for some more Uma Sports Uma Musume Championship Racing, but today it is like no other race day because today we will see who will be the 8 trainers going into the final of Season 6 of UUC. That's right, this is the last 3 races of the semifinals that we will be concluding in the semifinals, of course. The semifinals A and also the semifinals B race, where in Takarazuka Kinen Mile Championship and also, of course, in the Arima Kinen, we will see which of the trainers, 4 from each group, will advance to the finals. And for this race day, we have a full house. All 12 trainers has entered all 3 races in their respective groups. And we will kick things off in the Takarazuka Kinen. And it is, of course, the 2,200 meter turf race. We are going to be in the Hanshin racecourse to see which of the trainers will win and, most importantly, score enough points to advance to the finals. We'll kick things off in the Takarazuka Kinen in semifinals A, which will be the first of 6 races today. And let's see who wins in the Takarazuka Kinen as we kick off race day number 7 of season 6 of Uma Sports Uma Musume Championship. And here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up for the Takarazuka Kinen race. And of course, no place to hide now for these trainers and Umas. This will be the deciding races in the semifinals. As you see here in gate number 1, we have the Gold Ship of Hurricane. In gate number 2, we have the... in gate number 3, we have the Taiki Shuttle of Rendi. In gate number 3, we have... In gate number 4... in gate number 3, we have the Taiki Shuttle of Rendi, and in gate number 4, we have the Oguri Gap Christmas of Syndex. In gate number 5, we have the Oguri Gap of Hurricane. In gate number 6, we have the Oguri Gap Christmas of Fish. Moving on, in gate number 7, we have the Oguri Gap Christmas of Rendi. In gate number 8, we have the Miho no Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui. Alongside her is the Miho no Bourbon Valentine of Makishi in gate number 9. In gate number 10, we have the Miho no Bourbon Valentine of Fish. In gate number 11, we have the Miho no Bourbon Valentine of Syndex. In gate number 12, we have the Ines Fujin of Makishi. And finally, in gate number 13, we have the Maruzensky Summer of Kenpui. And here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up for the semifinals A Takarazuka Kinen race. And let's see what is in store for us in the 4th round of the semifinals, starting with the semifinals A race in this Hanshin racecourse track. Here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up. As you can see from the previous page, the 4 Miho no Bourbons alongside each other, and also the 4 Oguri Gap Christmases alongside each other in this race. For the Takarazuka Kinen race, of course, this is one of the spring G1 races. So in the Kyoto racecourse here, we will be in the Hanshin racecourse. According to the commentators there, it's interesting double information that we're having here of where the racecourse is exactly. There we saw the snapshot there. It says the Kyoto racecourse, but nonetheless, we are here in the Hanshin racecourse, as you can see in the gates, and the gates are about to go off. And they are off from their gates, and it looks like the Mihono Bourbon Valentines are leading the pack so far. It looks like... Oh, but Maruzensky Summer surges on into the lead. That is the Maruzensky Summer of Kenpui. Going into the lead briefly there, as in the inner rail we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine briefly taking the lead, but looks like another Mihono Bourbon Valentine on the outside there taking a good position going into the lead, but is trying to fight for position now. It looks like the number 9 Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi in the lead, currently followed by the number 13 Maruzensky Summer of Kenpui. As we go into the pace chasers here, it looks like the number 5 Ogre Christmas of Hurricane is currently leading the pace chasers. As we can see here, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the front runners there is currently in the top 6. Of course, trying to fight for the lead, but it looks like the number 8 Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui there is losing some ground here, as in the last part, of course, we're gonna see the Ogre Gap Christmas is coming to light in the last spurt, as we see here. Oh, look at that. All of the festive miracles activated now, as the Ogre Gap Christmases are attacking now the front runners. As we see here, the number 9 Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi is still in the lead there. Can she keep the lead? As we go into the last straight here, who's going to attack the leader here? It looks like another Oguri Cap there is surging on into the podium places now, but still the number 9 Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi taking the win there. What a brilliant win by the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi, taking P1 in the Takarazuka Kinen. Second place going to the Maruzensky Summer of Kenpui. Third place going to the Ogre Gap Christmas of Rendi, rounding out the podium. As we see here, in P1, Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi. Very important by Makishi to score the needed points, because as everyone knows, in race day number 6 there was no Makishi. None of his Umas entered in the first 3 semifinals races, so this is going to be 3 very important races for Makishi if he wants to advance and wants to be the last 8 in the finals, as he takes a brilliant win. And that's P1 going to Makishi's Mihono Bourbon Valentine. Second place goes to the Maruzensky Summer of Kenpui. And third place goes to the Ogre Gap Christmas of Rendi. And moving down the order, we have the Ines Fujin of Makishi finishing 4th place. Makishi scoring a total of 37 points in this Takarazuka Kinan. Very good by Makishi. 5th goes to the Ogre Gap Christmas of Sendex. 6th place goes to the Taiki Shuttle of Rendi. 7th goes to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Fish. 8th goes to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui. In 9th place goes to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Syndex. And finally in 10th place we have the Ogre Gap Christmas of Hurricane. Which means in the non-points finishing position is the Gold Ship of Hurricane in P11. And finally, last in the order is the Ogre Gap Christmas of Fish. And there we go. That is the Takarazuka Kinen done. In semifinals A, we'll be moving on to the semi-finals B race in a few moments' time.
うまそうぜ
But there we go there, Makishi scoring 37 points. Now, if we take a look at the standings so far in UUC semifinals A, that is still not enough. That is still not enough for Makishi, but we still have 2 races to go, and let's see where Makishi ends up in the order after the last 2 races in the Mile Championship, and of course after the Arimakinen race. As we will be providing you with the live footage in the Hanshin racecourse there. Of course, there are some issues with the graphics in the Takarazuka Kinen. As you can see there, it says we are in the Kyoto racecourse, but in the game itself, we are in the Hanshin racecourse now for this Takarazuka Kinen. As we will be starting the Takarazuka Kinen for the semifinals B race, as we are here in the Hanshin racecourse. Here we have the live footage now, and we will be moving on to the lineup, where the Umas will be lining up for this Takarazuka Kinen.
うまそうぜ
And here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up in the Takarazuka Kinen in semifinals B. In gate number 1, we have the King Halo cheerleader of Brian. In gate number 2, we have the Meisho Doto of Knight. In gate number 3, we have the Maruzensky of Jin. In gate number 4, we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Tsubaki. In gate number 5, we have the Gold Ship of Katachi. In gate number 6, we have the Simboli Rudolph of Katachi. Moving on, in gate number 7, we have the Oguricap Christmas of Jin. In gate number 8, we have the Oguricap Christmas of Brian. In gate number 9, we have the TM Opera O New Year of JS. In gate number 10, we have the Oguricap Christmas of Tsubaki. In gate number 12, we have the Oguricap Christmas of JS. And finally, in gate number 13, we have Manhan Cafe of Night. And there we go. That is where the Umas will be lining up for today's Takarazuka Kinen for the semifinals B race. And let's see who wins round number 4 of the semifinals in semifinals B. Here we go. Takarazuka Kinen for the semifinals B race. Of course, in the semifinals A race, we had the Makishi's Mihono Bourbon Valentine winning. But let's see in the Takarazuka Kinen who will be scoring those 25 points for taking the win. Here we go. Let's see who will be the favorites for this race. It looks like the Oguricap Christmas of Brian and also the King Halo cheerleader of Brian. Brian taking 1-2 in the favorites. But let's see if these two can live up to the immense expectations being put on them. as we go start the Takarazuka Kinen. The gates are off and away. It looks like firm course minutes activated by a lot of Umas here, as we see going into the lead here. It's between Morozensky and also the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of... That's the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Tsubaki going into the lead, with second place going to the Morozensky of Jin early in this race. As we go into the mid-race here, looks like only 2 frontrunners being brought in the semifinals B race. A huge contrast to the semifinals A race that we had with 6 frontrunners. But in the Pace Chasers front, it looks like the number 12, Ogre Christmas of JS, is currently leading the Pace Chasers, with the number 10, Ogre Christmas of Tsubaki following closely in 4th place. In 5th place is currently, it looks like the Ogre Christmas of... The number 7 Ogre Christmas of Jin there, as the Ogre Christmas of Jin is currently in 3rd place there. 2nd and 3rd for Jin currently. That's very good. A very good position if Jin can hold that position, as he is currently outside of the top 4 and needs needs those important points to go into the finals. As we see here, going into the last spurt, going into the last corner here, let's see who has that brilliant spurt here. Can anyone challenge? Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Tsubaki is currently in the lead. As we see here, the number 10, Oguricap Christmas of Tsubaki is currently in 2nd place. Will she be challenging her teammate going into the last straight? Looks like Mihono Bourbon Valentine still with a strong lead. But as we see here in the middle there, we have the gold ship going very closely and taking the lead from Mihono Bourbon Valentine. That is the gold ship. That's the gold ship of Katachi taking the win. And that is another win. 4 out. That is 3 out of 4 for Katachi. And of course, it's none other than Katachi surging on and taking the win in the Takarazuka Kinen. And that is a brilliant win by Katachi again. Of course, the leader in the semifinals B group, as his gold ship takes P1 at the last few meters. As well done to Katachi taking another win in the semifinals. Rounding out the podium are Tsubaki's Umas, as he finishes 2nd and 3rd, with Mihono Bourbon Valentine leading Ogurigap Christmas in 2nd and 3rd. In 4th place, we have the Ogurigap Christmas of Brian. In 5th place, going to the Ogurigap Christmas of JS. In 6th place, going to the Morozensky of Jin. 7th, going to the Simboli Rudolph of Katachi. 8th place goes to the Oguricap of Jin, Oguricap Christmas of Jin. 9th, going to the Manhattan Cafe of Night. And finally, in 10th place goes to the King Halo of Brian. As we see, the non-points finishers are the TM Opera O New Year of JS. And 12th place going to the Meishodoto of Night. And there we go, that concludes the Takarazuka Kinen for semifinals B. And we are going to move on to the next race in this second race day of the semifinals in season 6 of UUC, which will be the Mile Championship. as we are going to provide with you with the live footage live in the Kyoto racecourse for the mile championship. Of course, we will be starting off with the semifinals A race again, as we will have the live footage in a few moments time here. And let's see here, in this mile race, who will be taking the points, the important points here going into the last two races in the semifinals. As we have the footage from the Kyoto racecourse now. And here we go, this is where the Umas will be lining up for the mile championship. In gate number 1 we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of fish. In gate number 2 we have the Smart Falcon of Magishi. In gate number 3 we have the Narita Taishin of Hurricane. In gate number 4 we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui. In gate number 5 we have the Mihono Bourbon of Syndex. In gate number 6 we have the Seiyun Sky of Magishi. Moving down the order, we have in gate number 7 going to the Nishino Flower of Syndex. In gate number 8 we have the Nishino Flower of Rendi. In gate number 9 we have the Taiki Shuttle of Fish. In gate number 11 we have the Agnes Digital of Hurricane. In gate number 12 we have the Ogri Cap of Rendi. And finally in gate number 13 we have the Seiyun Sky of Kenpui. And there we go, that is where the Umas will be lining up for today's Mile Championship in the semifinals. Let's see who wins the Mile Championship in the semifinals A race. Here we go, we are here in the Mile Championship race. Of course, this is one of the most important races for any of the Mile Umas. Of course, contributing to the pride of winning the Mile Championship, and also the epithet that you get, the epithet rewards that you get in Track Blazer, as we are here in the Kyoto racecourse. Very sunny Kyoto racecourse today, as we'll see who is the favorites for this one. Oh, it is the two Seiyun Skies, Kenpui's Seiyun Sky, number 1 favorite, number 2 favorite. The Makishi's Seiyun Sky, number 2 favorite. Let's see if they can live up to the expectation provided to them by the supporters in the Kyoto racecourse, and let's see who wins in the Mile Championship. As the gates are off, and they're off. In the lead goes to the number 13 Seiyun Sky of Kenpui, currently in P1. As we see here, second place going to, oh, it looks like the number 5 there, the number 5 Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Syndex, challenging for the lead there, but has been re-overtaken by the number 13 the number 13 Seiyun Sky of Kenpui, currently in the lead there. Looks like one of the pace chasers are already challenging the front runners early into this race, as it looks like the pace chasers are currently closing the gap, as they are now amongst the front-running Umas as we go into the last straight here. Who is going to take the win? Oh, looks like there a great last surge by the Nishino Flower of Rendy as we go into the last straight here. Can any of these Umas challenge the number 13 Saiyan Sky that's currently in the lead? As we see here, going into the last straight, it's a very great lead by the number 13 Saiyan Sky as she takes the win currently, as she takes the win in the Mile Championship. There we go, a brilliant win by Kenpui, taking a 2.5 length win from the rest of the Umas. As what a win by Kenpui there. 25 points goes to Kenpui. And of course, not only it is a win by Kenpui, it is a 1-2 by Kenpui. He scores 1 and 2 with Miyono Bourbon in second place. In third place goes to the Agnes Digital of Hurricane. In fourth place, we have the Nishino Flower of Rendy. In fifth place, we have the Ogre Cap of Rendy. In sixth, we have the Narita Taishin of Hurricane. In seventh place, we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Syndex. In 8th place, we have the Smart Falcon of Makishi. No ideal for Makishi there, only scoring 8th as his best result in this Mile Championship race. In 9th place goes to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Fish. And finally in 10th place goes to the Saiyan Sky of Makishi. As the non-points finishers goes to the Nishino Flower of Syndex in 11th place. And in 12th place goes to the Taiki Shuttle of Fish. And there we go, that concludes the Mile Championship race. Of course, well done to Kenpui, scoring a 1-2 in this Mile Championship. But another highlight is Makishi's result in this Mile Championship. As Makishi only scoring a total of 5 points in the Smile Championship. Of course, that's not ideal for the cheese trainer in the semifinals A. If in the semifinals A standings, the lead, the order currently looks like Makishi isn't scoring enough points, it looks like, but still we have the Arimakinen race to be concluded, so that is still on the table for Makishi in the semifinals A race. But enough of the semifinals A group. We are going to move on to group semifinals B for the Mile Championship. As of course semifinals B is equally as close in terms of the fight for the 6 trainers that just to get a slot into the finals. Of course, only four in each race, in each group, sorry. As we'll see here, 2 will be eliminated, and of course those 2 will not be ordinary trainers, as all 6 will be fighting to the end up until Arimakinen, as we will see now in the 4th race of today in the Mile Championship. We'll see who wins. We'll see who will join Kenpui as the winners of the Mile Championship for today's race day, as we have the live footage now in the Kyoto Racecourse. And here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up for today's Mile Championship. In gate number 1, we have the Narita Taishin of Tsubaki. In gate number 2, we have the Satono Diamond of Katachi. In gate number 3, we have the El Condor Passa of Brian. In gate number 4, we have the Saiyan Sky of Jin, Saiyan Sky Ballroom of Jin. In gate number 5, we have the Maruzensky Summer of JS. In gate number 6, we have the Maruzensky Summer of Night. In gate number 7, we have the Manhattan Cafe of Night. In gate number 8, we have the Oguri Cap of Jin. In gate number 9, we have the Agnes Digital of Jin, of JS. JS entering Agnes Digital, and she's starting in gate number 9. In gate number 10, we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Tsubaki. In gate number 11, we have the King Halo of Brian. The normal King Halo this time. In gate number 12, we have the Narita Taishin of Katachi, rounding out the list of Umas entering for the Mile Championship. She starts in gate number 12. And here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up for the Mile Championship race, as it is 2 races left in the semifinals B. In semifinals B, let's see here who wins in the Mile Championship. Here we go. We are here in a cloudy Tokyo Racecourse. Of course, not the most ideal weather to host such an important race, but nonetheless, the show must go on and the Umas must race. In this Mile Championship, we got a lot of strong Umas, of course. So let's see which one of these 12 Umas will be the favorite. It looks like the Narita Taishin of Tsubaki, number 1 favorite, number 2 favorite, going to the Maruzensky Summer of Night. But let's see if they will finish 1-2 in this Mile Championship race that is about to start. The gates are off and they are away from course. Menace, of course, activated. It is in firm condition, the race that we're hosting now. As it looks like in the lead is the number 6 Maruzensky Summer. It looks like the Maruzensky Summer of Night is currently taking the lead, taking the early lead, going into the mid race. As in second place is the number 10 Mihono Bourbon Valentine, who's trying to take the lead but fails to do so, but surges on to P1 again as we go into this corner here, as the Maruzensky Summer of Night has to settle for second now, as the lead is currently currently goes to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Tsubaki as we go into the last spurt now, into the last corner. going into the last straight. Only 400 meters to go. As we see here, will the pace chasers or the late surgers have anything to say about that? And even the end closers as we go into the last straight here. Mihono, Bourbon, Valentine still in the lead. Oh, look at that. Ogricap is in that fight as we see here. 3 Umas finishing closely there in the podium. It looks like Mihono Bourbon still takes the window, but that's very close. As second place goes to the Ogricap of Jin. And in third place is the Agnes Digital of JS, rounding out the podium there. Jin with a brilliant second place with Ogricap, but that is Tsubaki taking the win with Mihono Bourbon Valentine. There we go, a brilliant win by Tsubaki as his Mihono Bourbon Valentine finishing first in this mile championship race. Second going to the Ogricap of Jin. And third place, the Agnes Digital of JS, rounding out the podium. Moving down the order, we have the Narita Taishin of Katachi taking fourth, as that is no podium for Katachi there. But that's his first race without a podium. That's very impressive in 5 races. In 5th place, going to the King Halo of Brian. In 6th place, we have the Maruzensky Summer of Night. Of course, briefly in the lead in the early part of the race, but Maruzensky Summer of Night has to settle for 6th in this mile championship race. In 7th place, going to Manhan Cafe Night, finishing 6th, 7th in this race. And in 8th place, we have the Narita Taishin of Tsubaki. And moving down the order, in 9th place, we have the El Condor Pasa of Brian. And finally, in 10th place, we have the Maruzensky Summer of JS. And the non-points finishers goes to the Satono Diamond of Katachi. And also in 12th place, the Seiyun Sky of Jin. And there we go, that concludes the mile championship race for semifinals B. But of course, we still have one more race to go in both semifinals A and also semifinals B. Of course, stay tuned as well for the points count of both standings, semifinals A and B, as we go for the build-up to the decider in the semifinals, of course, that being the Arima Kinen race. So stay tuned for that, but for now, please enjoy the UUC Jukebox, as we are going to be back with you with the Arima Kinen race in a few moments' time.
走れもっと先まで終わらない夢の中をそれぞれが星へと駆けるよだからみんな Let's go starting game 確信が見つけたハロー未来のシーパー射程距離に捉えて捕まえちゃおう今すぐ教科書にも載ってない特別なエクセリエ追いかける準備なら遠くにある OK じれったいじっくりゆっくりなんてのは No thank you No thank you 微妙っぽい雰囲気やっぱり私たちは全力がいいな走れ走れもっと先まで止まらない風みたいにトゥインクル光をまとってぎゅっと加速しよう早く早くもっと先まで終わらない夢の中をそれぞれが星に届くまで行こうよみんな Let's go starting game おいでおいで聞こえている予感という内なる声 Welcome to my love 信じてみよう走れ走れもっと先まで終わらない夢の中をそれぞれが星に届くまで行こうよみんな Let's go starting game かけてみよう Let's go starting game 導かれていたようにたどり着いたフィー一人じゃ出会えないまま過ぎたプロミスランどれだけの思いの果てに夢見てるんだろう震えかける体の奥で叫ぶエナジー私ここに立っている してる鼓動はファンファレさあ急げルートを見据えてがむしゃらに叶えた道のりの続きそうブランニューワールド今日へ踏み出そう始まりの日に誓った想いハートの中ライチャンスは待ちたくない情熱のスピード上げるよ行かなくちゃ夢で開く世界その向こうへどんな地平も越えよう一斉にスパー君と探した人一瞬駆け抜けまた次のフューチャーへ準備はいい希望と走れ日々はランウェイドラマチックジャーニー目指せきらめきを予想外はつきものでだけどそれでいい限界振り切りゴールへと走って一番好きな自分で行かなくちゃ夢で開く世界その向こうへどんな地平も越えよう一斉にスパー君と出会えた奇跡得るにしてまた次のフューチャーへ準備はいい希望と走る日々はランウェイドラマチックジャーニー目指せひらめきを完成を君と見た夢がみんなの夢になる君との出会いがスタートライン右も左もわからないまま走ったねまっすぐな君の想いを頼りにうまスポーツ
Welcome everyone back. And of course, we have one more race to go in the Arimakinen, and we have with you the points tally after that exciting Takarazuka Kinen and also the Mile Championship race in both Group Semifinals A and also Group Semifinals B. But of course, we will be starting with the Arima Kinen race in Semifinals A, so we'll see in the points tally in semifinals A. In first place, we have Kenpui with 113 points. Second place is currently occupied by Rendi with 108 points. In third place, Syndex with 89 points, and fourth, Fish Pineapple with 83 points. And outside of the finals spots is our Hurricane in fifth place with 70 points, and in sixth place we have Makishi, still mathematically in with 42 points. Makishi with 42 points in his tally so far. As we are about to conclude semifinals A, and we're gonna end off this semifinals in season 6 UUC with Arima Kinen both in semifinals A and also in semifinals B, as we are going to provide with you with the live footage in Nakayama Racecourse. And here we go with the finals spot on the line. These are the 12 Umas that will be competing in the final race in the semifinals A race. We have in gate number 1 the Maya no Top Gun of Fish. In gate number 2, Agnes Tachyon of Hurricane. In gate number 3, we have the Kitasan Black of Syndex. In gate number 4, we have the Agnes Tachyon of Rendy. In gate number 5, we have the Kitasan Black of Makishi. In gate number 6, Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui. And moving down the order, we have in gate number 7, Oguricap Christmas of Syndex. In gate number 8, we have the Morozinski Summer of Kenpui. In gate number 9, the Gold Ship of Fish. In gate number 10, Narita Taishin of Hurricane. In gate number 11 goes to the Mayano Top Gun of Rendy. In gate number 12, and finally in gate number 12, we have the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi, who will be trying to score as many points as possible in this Arimakinen race. Realistically, a win to give him the best chance. And here we go. This is where the Umas will be lining up in the Arimakinen race. And let's see who will be winning in the most important race in the semifinals. This is Arimakinen, round number 6 of the semifinals. Let's start off these Arimakinen races in the semifinals A race. Here we go. We are here in a cloudy Nakayama racecourse, the host for the last race in the semifinals. Of course, it looks like Kenpui and Rendy and Zo have a good points tally to their name. Good points tally, 113 for Kenpui, 108 for Rendy, and in fact, Kenpui is mathematically in there with a 43-point gap to Hurricane, as no matter what Hurricane scores in this race, he will not overtake Kenpui, which means that only 3 trainers that can overtake Kenpui in terms of points tally in semifinals A. And let's see in the Arimakinen who will go to the finals, as the Umas are off the gates, as it looks like the number 5 Kitasan Black of Makishi is currently in the lead. Following closely behind the leading Kitasan Black is another Kitasan Black that is being overtaken by Mihono Bourbon Valentine, and currently in the lead goes to the number 6 Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui, taking the lead. Of course, the championship leader in semifinals A, taking the lead with Mihono Bourbon Valentine. She goes in P1 currently in this mid race in the Arimakinen. As in second place now goes to the Kitasan Black of Makishi. Of course, Makishi needs to win realistically here to try and overtake Fish, who's currently in 4th place in the critical spot, as it looks like Mihono Bourbon Valentine now is 1-2. the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of, looks like Makishi there. Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi currently following Kenpui there. Can she take the lead here as we go into the last corner, the last straight here? Will we see any brilliant last spurts by any of the Umas behind these two front-running Umas? As it looks like there's no one currently challenging these front-runners here. That's currently 1 and 2, the Mihono Bourbon Valentines, as we go into the last straight here with only a few hundred meters to go. It looks like the Mihono Bourbon, the number 12 Mihono Bourbon, is currently in the lead. That is the Mihono Bourbon of Makishi. Mihono Bourbon of Makishi taking the lead and taking the win. That is Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi taking the win, but will that be enough? Second place goes to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui, and in third place goes to the Fish's Gold Ship. As here we have for you the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Makishi taking a brilliant win with Mihono Bourbon Valentine. In second place, going to the Mihono Bourbon Valentine of Kenpui, taking another podium. Third place, going to the Gold Ship of Fish. In fourth place goes to the Narita Taishin of Hurricane. As currently it is Makishi and Hurricane still outside of the top 4. In fifth goes to the Kitasan Black of Makishi. Which means that Makishi hasn't scored enough points. As with those results, Makishi will be finishing his semifinals campaign last with 77 points, that is. But let's see if Hurricane can overtake Syndex, who's currently in 4th place with 89 points. After counting the points of the top 5, in 6th place, the Kitasan Black of Syndex. Which means that Hurricane is also out, as Syndex scores a 6th place, which automatically eliminates Makishi and also Hurricane. They can't score enough points now because realistically the most points that they can score now for Hurricane is a 7th place, which is not enough. As in 7th place, Syndex. In 8th place, going to the Agnastakian of Hurricane, a valiant effort by Hurricane, but he has to settle for a 5th place in this semifinals A. In 9th place, going to the Mayano Top Gun of Rendy. And in 10th place goes to the Mayano Top Gun of Fish. As there we go, the non-points finishers goes to the Maruzansky Summer of Kenpui. And the Agnastakian of Rendy finishing in 12th place. And there we go, that is where the Umas finish. As we can now announce to you the final standings in Group Semifinals A. In first place is Kenpui with 131 points. In second place, Randy Enzo with 110 points. Third place is Syndex with 103 points. Fourth goes to Fish Pineapple, who will be going to the finals, with the trainers that will not be going to the finals. Hurricane in fifth place with 86 points, and sixth place, Magishi with 77 points. But that doesn't mean fifth and sixth place, Hurricane and Magishi, didn't put a good job, as this is a very close finish in the group semifinals A race, and as they shouldn't be too mad about the result in the semifinals here, because everyone here has done a great job on trying to fight for the final spot, and that means that the four trainers mentioned, that is Kenpui, Randy, Syndex, and also Fish, will be going to the finals. But let's see who will be the other four joining them in the final. As we go into Arimakinen Semifinals B, that will be starting shortly. As a reminder for you, the points tally after the Mile Championship race in Semifinals B, in first and second place, not only first and second but also mathematically in the finals, is Katashi in first place with 148 points, and in second place going to Tsubaki with 129 points, and behind them it is all to play for, as Brian is in third with 73 points, fourth place going to JS with 63 points, fifth Jin, very close to the top four, only 4 points behind JS, 59 points for Jin, and in sixth place Knight with 35 points. So it is between these four trainers, Brian, JS, Jin, and also Knight. So keep your eyes peeled for this Arimakinen Group Semifinals B. It's gonna be very close here, as one of them in the potential names that might not go to the finals is the four-time UUC champion. Brian is currently third place, 73 points, but only 14 points from not making it into the finals. Let's see how this Arimakinen race in semifinals B ends for these six trainers. As we go into the Nakayama race course for the semifinals B race. And here we go. In gate number 1, we have the Meisho Doto of a Knight. In gate number 2, we have the Gold Ship of Katachi. In gate number 3, we have the Rice Shower Halloween of Tsubaki. In gate number 4, we have the Oguri Cap Christmas of Brian. In gate number 5, we have the Oguri Cap Christmas of Tsubaki. In gate number 6, we have the King Halo of Brian. In gate number 7, we have the TM Opera O New Year of JS. In gate number 9, we have the Gold Ship of JS. In gate number 10, we have the Oguri Cap of Jin. In gate number 11, we have the gold ship of Jin. In gate number 12, we have the TM Opera O New Year of Katachi. And finally, in gate number 13, we have the Manhattan Cafe of Night. And here we go, that is where the Umas will be lining up for the last race of this race day. Of course, semifinals B. Let's see who will be in the finals. As we conclude race 6 of 6 of today. Here we go, we are here in a cloudy Nakayama racecourse. As we are here for the Arimakinan race in the semifinals B. In semifinals B. Of course, 2,500 meters of this long race. As the Umas are lining up for this final race in the semifinals. Here we go, let us start the Arimakinan race. As the gates are out and they are away for the Arimakinan race. It looks like the Rice Shower Halloween of Tsubaki is currently in first place, followed closely by the number 4 Ogre Cap Christmas of Brian. As of course we have, interestingly here, we have no front runners here, as looks like Rice Shower Halloween is doing very well in first place. As currently in second place there, we have a big fight in second place. It looks like P2 is still going to the Ogre Cap Christmas of Brian, who has been overtaken by the TM Opera O New Year of Katachi. As it looks like here, the pace chasers behind Rice Shower Halloween is currently trying to fight for second place. Looks like Anchors Away and also Festive Miracle here, interestingly already activated by the gold ships and the Ogre Cap Christmases. As we see here, further back we have Manhattan Cafe and also the Mesho Doto of Night currently occupying the non-points positions. As we go into the last corner and the last straight here, this is very important for the 4 trainers mentioned just before this race. It looks like Gold Ship has taken second place. That is the number 11 Gold Ship of Jin, currently in second place. Oh, but look at that, round the outside, it looks like another Gold Ship there. But look at that, the number 5 Ogre Cap Christmas. That's the number 5 Ogre Cap Christmas of Tsubaki going into second place. It looks like Jin is also in a good position, as we see here who is going to take the second place here, as in first place is still Tsubaki. But look at that, a gold ship there in third place, but still no one can challenge the Rice Shower Halloween of Tsubaki, who finishes in first place. Not only it's a first place for Tsubaki, it's a 1-2 for Tsubaki, ending it very well in the semifinals. And there we go. That is Jin. That is Jin finishing in fourth place there. But that is the gold ship of Katachi there in third place. Rounding out the podium as Tsubaki finishes 1-2, Rice Shower Halloween leading Ogre Cap Christmas.
思い出そうまた熱くなった心信じて Let's go さあ駆け抜けて今のこの時代を
There we go. What a result there, but that means with those top 3, Knight is automatically out from mathematically going into the finals there. Unfortunate for Knight, but let's see here. That means it's between Brian, JS, and Jin. One of these trainers will not go to the finals. Let's see who. In 5th place, going to the gold ship of JS. In 6th place goes to the TM Upper O New Year of Katachi. In 7th place, we have the Oguri Cap Christmas of Brian. That's very important. Which means that Brian is going into the finals there as it is between JS and Jin now. If Jin is the next if JS finishes in 8th now as we go down the order, that means Jin is out. As we see here, who's in 8th place? It is the King Halo of Brian. Still to be decided there, as if Jin finishes in 9th place, then that could be Jin going into the finals by the count back there if JS doesn't score points. And in 9th place, that goes to Knight, which means JS is going into the finals. And in 10th place, let's see here. 9th and 10th going to the Manhan Cafe. 10th going to the Manhan Cafe of Knight. Which means JS, by the skin of his teeth, goes to the final by a very close 2 points. As Jin finishes his semifinals campaign in 5th place with 71 points, JS is narrowly in the finals with 73 points. 11th place going to the Oguri Cap Christmas of Jin. And in 12th place goes to the TM Upper O New Year of JS. And there we go, that concludes the semi-final races. And that was a close one for the trainers both in semifinals A and also in semifinals B. And just to recap the races, in the semifinals A race, we had Makishi winning in the Takarazuka Kinen, Kenpui taking the win in the Mile Championship, and Makishi taking the win in the Arima Kinen race, but that was not enough as he has to settle for 6th place, unfortunately last in the group semifinals A, in the group semifinals A standings. And in the semifinals B race, we had Katachi winning in the Takarazuka Kinen. Tsubaki then takes the final 2 races, Tsubaki finishing 1st place in the Mile Championship and also taking a 1-2 in the Arima Kinen race. As that means in the standings, in group semifinals A first, in the group semifinals A standings, we have Kenpui in the lead, of course, 131 points. Rendi, 2nd place, 110 points. Syndex, 103 points in 3rd place. And then Fish is in 4th with a total of 99 points. The trainers that will not be going into the finals from group semifinals A is Hurricane and also Makishi. Hurricane scoring 86 points and Makishi scoring 77 points, but still a very a valiant effort by Makishi and also Hurricane. As we move into The group semifinals B standings, we have Katachi in first. We have Tsubaki in first, narrowly beating out Katachi in the final standings. He finishes off in the semifinals in first with 172 points. Katachi is in second with 3 wins, 171 points in second place. Third place going to Brian, 83 points to the 4-time UUC championship. 83 points going to the 4-time UUC champion. And finally, narrowly going into the finals is JS, scoring P4. P4 in the group semifinals B, with Jin narrowly missing out the finals as he ends in 5th place, and in 6th place going to Knight. And in 6th place going to Knight with 38 points. And there we go. That concludes an exciting semifinals race, semifinals bout between the 12 trainers in 2 groups, of course, groups of 6. As just a reminder, in the finals we will have Kenpui, Rendienzo, Syndex, Fish from group semifinals A, and in group semifinals from group semifinals B we have Tsubaki, Katachi, Brian, and also JS fighting as the last 8. As we will see here, who amongst these 8 trainers of season 6 of UUC will take the title. And that concludes the races for the semifinals race today, as we will be back to you with the finals. Of course, it will be across 3 race days and across 9 races in total, as we will start the finals, of course, as you can see there, in May 30th, and then race day number 9 and race day number 10 is in June. Starting off with race day number 9, June 1st, and then the final race day of the season in June 4th. As that concludes the semi-final phase in season 6 of UUC. And what an exciting semi-finals that we had. But of course, there's still 9 more races of Uma Sports Uma Musume Championship to go, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I've been Rendienzo, the lead commentator, as we'll see you in the finals to see who will be crowned the champion of UUC for Season 6. And that is it for today. That is it for today's race day. We'll see you all in the race course for the finals. And have a good day, everyone.
うまスポーツ三日月あなたも迷う時があるのでかざせば今夜も